This is part 4 of the video tour of 7161 West Hollilynn Drive in Boise. And I am standing inside the entry from the front door. Allison is with me now, so go ahead and wave, Allison. Yeah, and you're not going to see me. I'm behind the camera. Anyway, what we're going to do now is go through the house. Hopefully we will address, all of the points that you are interested in as we go. So I'm facing back towards the front door, and I'm going to just back up a little bit so you can get a view of the entry. That was one of your questions. There is a small chandelier hanging from the ceiling in the entry. I don't know if that's the chandelier they were talking about excluding, because there's a bigger well, actually there's quite a few chandeliers. You'll see them all. So we'll have to get clarification on that, just like we will on the fountains. But you're looking at the front entry. It looks like there's hardwood floors. There's a staircase to one side.
I did note on the staircase, it looks like they've pulled up the carpet, so there is a little, maybe half-inch gap here between the wood trim and where a carpet would lay.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
And the wood, it looks like they've kind of stained over it. It's probably not too visible on a picture, but it looks like they've tried to kind of restain it.
Yeah, so it does look like this house is a very Victorian-style home. Has a lot of ivory, kind of distressed, would you call that ivory color, Allison? Mm-hmm. Kind of off-white ivory. And it has a lot of ornate...
I'd say applique pieces.
Like if you look at where that chandelier is mounted, you'll see there's just a lot of intricate carvings, and above the door we have a lot of...
even on the doors too. But that
on the doors.
Be taken off, I think.
Okay, so that's the entry. The ceiling height is probably about 10 feet.
10 feet.
Yeah, 10 feet high.
With trim, it has crown molding. It's nicely done.
So
this is a view.
I'm standing at the front door. So when you walk in the front door, this is what you see. Straight ahead, under that archway opening, is the kind of great room, family room. To the right, there's a double door into the master bedroom suite. And then you can see the French doors on the far right here into the office. And then immediately to the right, as you walk in the front door, is the powder room. A lot of, I think Allison said crown molding, so you have a lot of molding. And here's another one of the chandeliers hanging above the staircase.
And there's a hall closet too, right by the half bath. It's by the front door. There's the hall, it's a coat closet.
Okay, and if we were to go to the left, that would take us towards the dining room. You can see the column there, and with the archway into the dining. We'll look at that shortly. Straight ahead, as I'm looking at it here, it looks like that goes into the laundry and towards the garage, and then the door on the right there, the doorway goes into the kitchen. So let's start on the right, looking at the powder room.
One thing I noticed, they have a smaller toilet, kind of a lower... It could be replaced. I would think you might want to. They have dark wood floors, at least in this section, the entry, and going back through to the big great room, family room, and the master bedroom. Some sign of water damage on the ceiling in the bathroom here.
Hopefully you can see that because of the shadows. Yeah, there's a bubble on the ceiling there. You'd want to have that looked at. Here's a built-in cabinet. You can see the kind of finish that they have. It looks like they tried to kind of distress, did some staining and kind of distressed it a little bit. So this is a built-in linen cupboard. And you can see there is, I don't know if that might be wallpaper, but above it definitely is wallpaper. Okay, and there's the hardwood that Allison was just talking about. Okay.
Cute, a nice office behind French doors here. Let's see. Let me open that for you. And then inside a wall of, it's dark in here, but a wall of built-ins. And again, it looks like they've tried to kind of go over it with this dark stain.
Yeah, I'm not even sure how well this will show up. It's so dark. Yeah. This house, of course, the sun has set, so we are in the evening hours here, the winter evening hours, so it's going to be dark anyway at this time of year. However, I will say that because this house is set among very mature trees and just the, kind of just what I'm seeing inside, I think the house is going to be darker. I don't expect that you're going to have a whole lot of natural light streaming in. This room has at least one wall of wallpaper.
I would say throughout there's quite a bit of wallpaper, even here in the entry. It's a little more neutral here.
Oh, yeah, that's wallpaper.
But it's wallpaper. Right. Coming into the master now, it's paint. So the wall is painted here. But here, again, double doors coming in.
Solid French doors here. Another chandelier. Some more ornate carving decor, which seems to be found throughout the house.
And I would say this is a good sized room.
Yeah, I wonder, it's an interesting place to put a piano, but
the dimensions are 17 by 15 with a big window. And this room is on the southwest side of the property of the home.
Which again is canopied in trees. So not going to have a lot of light coming in. Oh, interesting on the ceiling too, to point out, it looks like you have a couple levels here of ceiling.
And a door out to the rear patio it's pretty chilly right now, but I imagine in the spring and summer it's lovely out here. Ceiling fans. Oh, just
Okay, now we're going to walk into the master bathroom, and you were asking, you saw the clawfoot tub, of course, but you were asking about a shower, and to the left as you walk in the master bathroom, there is a very large shower with 3 separate shower heads, 1 overhead and 2 side, and there's 2, it looks like a control for each of the side shower heads. I'm not sure about the one that's overhead. But this is very large. I'd say it's 6 feet by 6 feet. Oh, there's the other control. So that must control the overhead. This is looking back.
It does look like they have updated some things in the shower, or in the bathroom. So that shower that Lynn spoke of looks updated.
This is a closet.
And there's a closet here.
With some built-ins.
Yeah. Then this could be granite.
So we have a window. What's the orientation, Allison?
See, this is west as well.
Okay, so this goes west. Here's one of their stained glass framed you know, I won't call them pictures, but they are totally separate from the windows of the home that are built in. So I was thinking that it was all the actual window, but it isn't. It's something that's held on by brackets, and it's detachable, and you'd still have your,
And
your
they're
regular
taking
windows.
those, yeah. So
Yeah, they are taking those. Yeah.
So this is the entrance to the toilet room. The kind of
So
cute,
it's cute, but not private.
but not private. True.
Meant to be more artistic.
Very cute.
And that is very artistic. Those
Yeah.
doors are quite unique.
Yeah.
And again, a very distressed look. You can see where they deliberately, you know, wanted that kind of a style. And they've got a dresser inside.
And to me, the floor here feels warm. And as I look around, I see there is a floor heater to the side control. So they have heated floors here in the master bathroom.
Okay, so we're going to go out of the master bedroom now and turn into the family room, great room. And those are the windows that look out to the covered porch that I showed you earlier. That's a fan with a chandelier and some ornate carving above, you know, on the ceiling. Here's a couple of other chandeliers. So this is where I don't know, is it all the chandeliers that they are taking with them? Here's a built-in kind of serving pantry. And they have a gas, looks like a gas fireplace with mantle, and that's a freestanding mirror that's above. They have a small compartment for a TV that's in the corner. And then we're looking over into the kitchen. Okay.
So older cabinetry, but our wood boxed, but probably original for the house.
Okay, and the kitchen has white cabinets, granite tile countertops, electric stove, which looks, you know, a little bit older.
One oven and a microwave, but the layout,
It's very open.
yeah, it's open.
There's two ways you can get into the kitchen. One is this opening, which is quite large, and then where Allison just walked through, that goes through to where the dining room is, and we'll show you that in just a minute. You have a stainless steel dishwasher. I'm looking for the brand. Kenmore. This is a Kenmore. Double sink. Looks like a garbage disposal. And you got a Jenn-Air oven. Not huge, and a Kenmore microwave.
And those are the dishwasher stainless, the refrigerator's white, and the other appliances are black.
And the refrigerator's a GE.
Yeah,
Was the refrigerator included?
it doesn't say.
Okay. All right. So let's just look into this pantry. So there's kind of a sloped ceiling in here because we're underneath the stairway, but good use of space. Okay, we're gonna go back.
This is a separate piece, so don't let this.
And is that included?
No, I wouldn't think so.
Okay. All right. There's your stove, 4 burners. And we're looking back into the family room. and that is the arched doorway that takes you back to where the entry is and the master. But instead, we're going to go the other direction and look at the breakfast nook. And this is oriented to the, boy, I want to say
east.
The east, yeah. Hard to remember all these things when it's dark out. There's more chandeliers. So I don't know how many chandeliers have we counted so far. At least.
The listing says they're excluding the chandeliers that are shown in the pictures.
Oh, okay.
So I would say almost all of them. They will replace them, they said, with some other fixtures.
So here's a door to the back patio. And we were standing right out there next to the pink porch swing a little while ago. So you can see it now from this angle. There's one of their stained glass fixtures, but it's freestanding, so there are regular windows on the other side of that.
And this room isn't terribly big, but it's nice, and it's got windows on two sides, and then it's open to the kitchen. So
yeah, and you have a pass-through. There's your sink to the kitchen. Yeah, you have lots of open counters, and you talked about wanting, you know, half walls. Well, you know, certainly in the kitchen you have a lot of that, so it's very open, but it's part of the rest of the living space, so it's kind of nice. Okay, so we're going to go in and see the dining room. That's the last thing I'm going to do on this part of the video, since I have to kind of limit each part. So this is the dining room, and it's got two columns on either side with kind of an archway. I have to warn you before we go in here that one of their stained glass window fixtures fell over, and this was before we got here. It was like this when we got here, so that's what you're seeing beyond the dining room table. And I've let the listing agent know. Evidently there were some other showings before us coming in the house, and we don't know what happened, but it was like this when we got here. So there's actually broken glass all over the floor and table, so we're not going to walk in that room, but we'll give you...
This room has a lot of the, what I call wood applique roses and things along the edge, and I don't know how easy they might be to just pop off and paint over, but they're kind of pretty if you like that Victorian kind of style.
And there's
big tall ceilings,
even some appliques on the ceiling,
and pretty trim. They do a nice job, you know, crown moldings and things. They're pretty.
All right, so I'm going to stop this part of this video here, and we will resume going out to the garage in a moment.